Like, what really is the risk of building an Arbonne business for yourself? Everyone wants the tea, so here it is. Alright guys, hi, it's Sam. I thought it was about time I did another video on why people hesitate to join Arbonne. If you haven't already seen my fears video, that resonates with so many people. I still get so many messages, but I felt like I needed to go a little bit further. I feel like I need to, spill that tea on myself, my own journey basically, because there is so much that happens when you run any business, right? So I think that what people really want is to see like behind the scenes, and some people become like detectives when they get asked, hey, do you want to run your own Arbonne business? Hey, I think you'd be amazing at this. You need to do this business. And they want to know every little detail about this. When really it's like they're trying to make this a buying a house decision, which is a big decision in my mind, when really it needs to be like a, not as chill as like, what am I going to wear today decision, but maybe like, what am I going to wear to my cousin's wedding kind of decision. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you still need to think about it and it still has to be right for you, but this isn't like life or death situation here. Actually, do you know what? It can be. And this is where I want to go deeper on this, because yeah, it can be something that saves people's lives. Bold statement, putting it right out there. It really can be something that could save your life in ways that maybe you didn't even really believe could be possible. So, okay, where do we even start? So let's start with the most basic thing. So it's $65 in Australia at the moment to become an Arbonne independent consultant, and that doesn't include product. You want to be a product of the product and you want to open a coffee shop with coffee, so why not get Arbonne product to replace what you're already using? Lipstick, hairspray, body wash, protein powder, energy drinks, you know, whatever, right? So get some product so you have some Arbonne to share so that you are legit. You're not just, you know, a pseudo celebrity saying I use this product, but people know you so don't. So you want to be integral and use the product and become a product of the product. So $65 covers the fact that you get a website link, a URL that you can share on your socials, you can share anywhere, and someone can come and shop that URL. That sale comes directly to you and you get paid the commission on that sale. It also covers a whole dashboard back-end website that is very sophisticated and getting more and more sophisticated. My partner and I have built websites for a living for a long time. We are business coaches as well. We know what it costs to build your own website for a traditional business. It's a lot. And if you want a CRM, a customer relationship management software program built into that, or as part of your business running, you know, that can cost a lot more money, but we also have that built in. Like, we have pretty much like an Arbonne Wikipedia built in. It's called The Source. You get all these resources. Plus you get the logistics of a product going from a warehouse that you didn't have to design that product. You didn't have to test that product. It's all been done for us amazingly, like world-class amazingly. And that goes from a warehouse near you straight to the consumer. You didn't have to touch their money. You didn't have to touch that product. It's like and magically ends up at their house. So you're paying for that. $65 to start what could potentially be $1 million, multi-million dollar business. It's cheap, right? Let's just put it really out there. It's cheap. This is why this decision to start an Arbonne business, I don't know why people agonize about it so much. Or, right, the biggest risk that I see is that people wait too long to start. They wait for the perfect moment, and it's not going to exist. I can tell you right now, the perfect moment to start Arbonne is not going to exist. There are incentives happening every month. There are new products happening all the time. There is great support. The support is getting better. We've recently been bought as a company by another company called Group Rocher. You can go and look it up. It's amazing. They're doing great things with the company. I'm really excited about that. The risk is that you don't do the work. The risk is, say you order $1,000 worth of product. Sure, that might be a lot. Let's go $500 worth of product, right? Say you get a whole new skincare line, you get a whole array of nutrition products for your household. Maybe you get a few bits and pieces that other people would enjoy so that you can kind of sample them out, right? You set up your shop, technically, right? Your business that is now going to be open 24/7 online anyway in 6 countries. So it's not going to be a perfect time. There's never going to be a perfect time. It's low startup cost, $65, and then say $500 worth of product, still cheap. What's the worst that can happen? You don't do the work and you end up with some amazing product, right? You don't do the work and you end up with some amazing product that you now get to use. That's the worst that can happen. Maybe you have a reaction to the skincare set that you got. No worries. There's a 45-day money-back guarantee. You call them up or you email them, you send it back. That's fine. You can try another line, right? Say you start with the RE9 range. It is super concentrate. It is like pH correct. It is something that gives you results. So it's powerful. So you only need a tiny little bit. You don't want to be mixing with other formulas. Like, it's got everything you need in it. It's like, stop using what you're using and continue using that. Let your skin adapt. And do people get reactions? Rarely, but yes, sometimes. It's just like any other product, but you send that back and you try another line. You can try a calm line. You can try something for sensitive skin. You can try something that's brightening. You can try anything else, right? Or you can go, I'm going to keep that one product and that one product, make a process of elimination of the ones that you think maybe are too strong for you, and incorporate some other products from the calm range. So you can still use the anti-aging range with a little bit of the calm. There's a solution. All you have to do is communicate with the person who sponsored you or that you signed up under, okay? So there's going to be a sponsor or an upline, and whether that's the person that actually signed you up or if they've gone MIA, which can happen, let's be real, it can happen, then there's going to be someone else or someone else or someone else who you can go to above that person. And above that person is a generalization. It's just the person that signed that person up, okay? There's always going to be someone that can help you. So if you're having any kind of issue when you start up, whether that's, I don't know how to manage my time properly, my order came wrong, my order didn't come at all, the products are too strong for me, I don't know how to use this product, I don't know what to say to share this product, we can teach you all of that. Someone, if not your sponsor, let's hope it's your sponsor, be a good sponsor, people. If not your sponsor, someone above that person can help you with these things. This is a learning ground. This is like when you start, think of it like an apprenticeship or like an internship where you are learning while you earn, okay? So there is a lot to learn sometimes. If you've never been in business, if you've never organized yourself properly, if you've never developed yourself as a person on how to be more confident, how to talk to someone normally without sounding like a freak, how to not vomit Arbonne all over people. We want you to be as chill and authentically you as possible. We want you to be the best version of you so that you can share these products in a way, and this business, right? So we share products and we share a business model. The business model is my favorite product, okay? So we want you to share that in a way that is so you, that people like you and they trust you and they actually buy you first. So I think that's so important to remember. You still get to be like brand you, Inc., you know, but you get to share these products through the systems that we have, there are some rules, yes. You know, we don't want you selling on eBay. We don't want you creating your own website that people can shop. This stuff is not necessary, guys. You've got the means and the how, and you paid for that, so use it. Arbonne don't want us making any false claims about the products. Like, it's all kind of common sense stuff. You get all that information in the terms and conditions and the code of conduct anyway, so if you're reading that, you already know that. There is a strong element of independence. There is a strong element of we can only lead a horse to water. As sponsors, as independent consultants who are bringing new independent consultants into the business, there is a level of expectation that you have some common sense, that if you get an email, you're going to read it. If you get an email from Arbonne, you're going to read it and understand it. And if you don't, then you're going to make a call to me, or you're going to message me, or you're going to voice note me and say, hey, I'm confused by this, let's chat, right? I'm always going to be holding your hand if you're new to the business. Most sponsors are like this, right? We will hold your hand and guide you through your first couple of months until you are confident, until it's time for you to step up, until it's time for you that you've grown enough as a person that we're like, you actually can do this. You know, go out and do that piece by yourself. Go and present the business to this person over a cup of coffee. You know, you've got the slides there if you need to go through them, but you're literally just having a conversation with someone and you know this person. And now that we've done it in a 3-way format 10 times, I think you're good to go. Like, you've really got this. It's time for you to own your Arbonne business. It's time for you to own who you are. It's time for you to own your belief in this business so that other people that you're talking to can borrow that. You know, so that they can actually see, okay, you're right. I do need a second stream of income. I am the busiest person that I know, but that's why I would love some time freedom. If I could let go of one thing that I do because I have this other stream of income that I can build in like 15-minute intervals throughout my day, right? If that's what it takes, like, I was the busiest person that I knew when I signed up, and I decided to do it anyway, and I decided to take a lunch break for the first time in owning that business and running that business that I was already in our traditional business. And I took hour-long lunch breaks. I went across the road to a coffee shop and I would show people the business model. I'd be like, hey, we need to talk business. I'll buy you a coffee, let's go. And people would meet with me and I would sit and ask them about their life. I would say, how's it going? How's your family going? Are you happy at work? Like, what do you do for fun? And when most people are honest, they're like, yeah, I like my job. But what I really want to do is this and this and this and this and this. Or like, I hate my job, but it pays the bills and I don't know what else to do, right? And so when people are honest, if you are honest with yourself, what does your situation look like right now? If you keep doing what you are doing right now, will you get to your goal in the next 5 years? If nothing was to change, will you actually get to your goal? Maybe it's that you want to buy a house. Maybe it's that you want to buy a second property. Maybe you need to pay off some massive debt that's hanging over your head and weighing you down. Right? There are different reasons for doing Arbonne, and there's a whole other video on just that. But the risk of actually saying yes comes down to, will you believe in yourself enough to actually do the work? Will you be coachable? If I say, hey, I need you to go and watch this video is really going to help you out. It's 30 minutes long. This is explaining what's important for new consultants to be doing. And if you don't watch that, and then I don't hear from you, I'm going to assume that you watched that video and that everything was fine. But if you didn't watch that video, I mean, how are you going to move forward to the next step? We have everything detailed. Even Arbonne itself has a 90-day like starter guide that is essentially foolproof. If you can follow that, if you can get your mindset out of the gutter, which this is not something that I can give you. This is not something that I can install in your brain for you. I can pour my belief about you and your potential and what I see for you. I can pour that into you until I'm blue in the face. But until you own it and believe it and you actually go, oh, you know what? Maybe I do have a really great network. Maybe I am a great people person without even realizing that I was. No one's ever complimented me on that before. I've always been told to shut up or that I need to calm down. If you've ever been told negative things about yourself, but actually in a business sense, like for lack of a better word, if you were to like boss up and actually own that and utilize those strengths, they might be threatening behavior in your traditional job because someone above you told you you're not allowed to act like that because they don't actually want you to have their position, right? So maybe you don't realize the potential that you have. But if someone like me has come to you and said, wow, like, whoa, girl, you are smart, you are savvy, you are sassy, I love your personality, I like how you are so social, you should be getting paid for the time that you're actually on Instagram. I really like that you are a quiet, introverted person, right? You don't have to be an extrovert to do this business. I'm actually quite introverted. I just like to have some extroverted time because it juices me up creatively. But I could say I love how you are such an introverted person, but you are compassionate. When you are around other people, you understand other people. These soft skills can be so useful in business, and sometimes they're not appreciated in a corporate or traditional business sense, but in a network marketing, social marketing sense, they can be everything, okay? So let's get into a few other things that could potentially go wrong with an Arbonne business. Okay, I've been here for 5 years and I've seen almost everything, I would say. I've experienced almost everything. I've experienced that, yes, weirdos do this business, whether they are in your team or not. And although you get to choose who you work with directly, you get to say, hey, I want you on my team, you're amazing. Sometimes that person could sponsor someone that you've never met before who maybe is a little bit cuckoo. And I'm just being real, I'm not being discriminatory in any way. There's just some people that you as a person might clash with, that you as a person don't really agree with the way they're doing things, okay? So when it comes to like Arbonne and doing Arbonne with a sense of poise, with not being like a crazy person about it, right? I don't know another way to say that right now, but you know what I mean? Like without being someone who is standing on a soapbox in the middle of the street shouting about it. Although some of us might feel like we want to do that sometimes when something new comes out and it just feels like this is life-changing for so many people that I know, we want to shout about it. But there might be some people who can't be coached, or who won't be coached, who think they know everything, right? And sometimes we start this business thinking we do know it all. That was definitely not me. I knew traditional business, but coming into this, I knew I had a lot to learn and I was hungry to learn it. And although my sponsor, you know, kind of drifted away a little bit, I learnt enough about where to find the answers that I needed, to where to find the books that I needed, where to find the videos that I needed. And the best learning curve is to actually do it. So yes, sometimes there might be weirdos that you don't know that come into your team. Now, this is where leadership at any level kicks in. And what I mean by that is it's sometimes important, sometimes absolutely necessary that you have a difficult conversation with someone where you actually sit them down and you're like, hey, you just can't be doing that. You can't be saying this cures cancer. That's actually untrue. There's these certain things that we need to address, and if you change those, I think that you will see this better result. Sometimes you need to have a conversation with someone, and I dislike confrontation as much as the next person, but there is part of me that realizes that it's only as scary as you make it out to be. Most things, including signing up and starting your own Arbonne business, isn't as scary as you think it will be. People think that this is going to bombard their life, and sometimes, I've also done a video on this, on like what to expect when you start your Arbonne business. Sometimes the notifications that come through, sometimes all the Facebook groups you get added to, sometimes there's conferences and events and there's new things happening all the time, that it can seem overwhelming at first. But when you learn to digest it, when you learn to compartmentalize it so that this is Arbonne time, this is my time to put on my Arbonne hat. If you can run a household, you can run an Arbonne business. If you can run a traditional business, you can run an Arbonne business. If you can deal with stressful traffic or stressful customers at your job, you can run an Arbonne business. You've got to really look at your strengths that perhaps other people haven't seen in you, or maybe someone else has seen in you and you just haven't believed it. You've got to look at the strengths of time management, organization, big belief. You've got a hungry goal. You're a hard worker. You're someone who actually knows when to stop as well, because coming from an ex-workaholic, like learning how to stop was a big lesson. You have to know when red flags are presenting themselves. You know, sometimes one of the risks could be that you get so desperate and hungry to bring new people into this business. That means you're probably making it about you and not about sharing the gift with other people and saying, well, this can improve your life dramatically, and making it about them. If you're making it about you, you do tend to fall into a state of desperation, and you might sponsor someone who ends up kind of taking you for a ride. Also happened to me as well. They actually sat me down and said, we want what you've got, but we don't want to do the work that got you there. So, you know, you're going to do the work for me, basically. And then those people departed, then those people left the business. And sure, they may have taken other people with them, which is totally unethical at the end of the day, because they don't own those people that they sponsored. It's completely up to each individual to make that decision. But in my mind, I'm like, thank you. Right? Thank you for revealing your true colors and teaching me such a valuable lesson that I need to be aware, as an empath, I need to be aware of when people are probably taking me for a little bit of a ride, and I need to set really healthy boundaries. Also another video that I've done, if you want to check it out, I will link it below. But these are some of the things that happen in real life. These are some of the things that happen in real jobs, in traditional business anyway. So don't forget your real life head when you come into Arbonne. There's an Arbonne hat that you place on your head, and it becomes like part of you, like it's part of your lifestyle, like cut me and I bleed green kind of thing. Arbonne is in my soul now. It's not just something that I do, but I own an Arbonne business fully. And I'm really, really proud of that. The sooner you can get to that point for yourself, the sooner you can breathe again and realize that the risks of, hey, some people might not like the product. Hey, some people might say that they're too busy for this. It's not a no right now. They may come back to you and realize that even you, the busiest person that they know, can do it. And let go of some things and become less busy. Or if you like to be busy, you can be busy doing the things you actually want to be doing. You might realize that you're actually not cut out for doing the work, which is being social. Essentially, that's what we're doing. We're being social. I get to talk about this business, which actually is really exciting for me. I like talking about business. I like talking to other people. I'm a curious person, so I like getting to know people. I will ask so many questions, making sure that that person isn't uncomfortable with those questions, of course, but it gets people thinking. They feel heard. I really like to sit and listen to someone. Most people who join my team become my friends, unless the red flags are there and I need to just set some healthy boundaries, and then they're like business partners. That's a very healthy way to look at it. If you don't want more friends in your life, you have business partners, and you run your team how you want to run it. I mean, this is not management, it's leadership. So lead yourself first. Step into this role, step into your Arbonne business, say, okay, I'm starting an Arbonne business, I own an Arbonne business, I'm going to use these products, I'm shutting the back door on the idea of quitting, and I'm looking forward because this is where Arbonne is going, and it's a very bright future, I must say. There's so much more to come, and what you can create for yourself in your own life, in your own family, in your extended family, let that be the proof to other people instead of it being some big hyped up claims. Okay, just live your Arbonne life, creating a lifestyle of health and wealth and happiness and becoming the best version of yourself, so that you can share this gift with other people in terms of you're selling the product to them perhaps, and that changes their skin or their body, their health, that you're sharing this gift of this business and letting them unwrap that gift for themselves and feeling that leadership and that personal development. And you know, they might be the quietest, scaredest person in the room, and all of a sudden they have the confidence to get on a stage and actually talk passionately about their story. I've seen that happen. I've seen it happen that the worst things that could happen to people, parents passing away, houses being burnt down, lives completely ruined by things outside of their control, and the Arbonne community, the Arbonne family around them and all over the world, even people that don't know them, have come together and supported them and been there for them in the hardest times. That becomes part of the Arbonne lifestyle. And if you can live a good life, and if you can live, I guess I'm going to say it and this might like put some people off, but I want you to see where I'm coming from. If you can live a good show, that's what we're all doing on social media anyway. We're putting like our best foot forward on social media. We're putting our rawest, sometimes our rawest foot forward, and revealing parts of ourselves that help other people to relate to us, or that help other people in, hey, I had this challenge and this is how I overcame it. And you're putting all of that out there. If you're living this good show, why not get paid for it? Because now you've found a healthier product and a business that becomes a vehicle to what other things you want to create in your life. You know, I'm an artist, I want to create more art. I love flipping homes, we want to invest in more property. Has it happened in 5 years? Not yet. I've been on a journey though. We have moved cities. We have moved to like the beach is right out there in this apartment. We have been able to step out of our traditional business, and that happened very quickly for us. We've been able to start other businesses. There's a lot we want to do. Every single person and every single couple or family has a different goal for themselves. And just because your version of success doesn't look like my version of success, it doesn't mean that I'm doing anything wrong in my Arbonne business. One of the weirdest things that anyone has ever said to me was, if Arbonne is so successful for you, why do you still work? Why do you still need to sponsor people? Because this is a business built on the idea that yes, some people will quit, but on the idea that there's more to do, there's more to go around. That is life. There's more to do, there's more to go around, there's more to be done. And when you live a life of more, it costs more. So of course I'm going to continue working on my art because I'm passionate about that. Of course I'm going to continue business coaching because we feel like we're making a difference in that field for some people. Of course we're going to keep working on our other businesses because they are providing opportunities for other people. We're passionate about a lot of things. This doesn't necessarily mean that you become successful at Arbonne and you quit everything else in your life. But the main point I want to get out to you is, if you feel in your heart just a tiny nudge, a tiny curiosity that, well, what if this would work for me? What if I'm a cool enough person, just being me, and I'm okay with understanding that if I treat this like a new job, it might take some time for me to like get the jig of the language. And I understand that I have a goal, and that earning any kind of goal, whether that's a weight loss goal, whether that is I want to learn how to speak French goal, right? That takes learning, that takes practice. So I can expect, as a real life human, sensible, common sense person, that might be something that can happen. That's not the biggest risk, right? That is a gift. That is a gift. So these things that people are like, you know, what's the catch? What's the catch with all of this? The catch is that, yeah, there is work involved, and that is the best news, because what you put in is what you will get out. This is a very fair business, and it might seem like you're not paid very much in the beginning, but this is the beauty of leverage and compounding income and compounding effort, right? So as you move through the levels of success in Arbonne, you're actually going to be earning more money because your leadership has grown, because your team has grown, because the way you're able to share this business and these products and your experience, right? Your practice, you are paid for. So, and paid for very handsomely too, I must say. So please go and check out the actual business model itself. I do need to do an updated video, but I'll include the old one below. If there's a new one, by the time I put this up, I will also include that. So you can see a couple of different versions of it. But go and check out the business model for yourself. Get your hands on the slides. If that's what you want and you like the information in front of you, go and listen to more stories. Go and watch my story, where I was 5 years ago compared to where I am now. You can probably see the massive growth. Even I keep all my old pictures. I did have a different Instagram when I first started, but I've kept all my old pictures from the Instagram that I have now. So you can scroll all the way back and you can see the growth. You can see the bad skin, you know, just go off that alone, but you can definitely see the growth of me stepping into who I need to be. But the risks are minimal. These perceived risks are life. They are life, and they are business, and they are growing. Well, I guess this is growing up. That's it, you know. If that's too scary for you, maybe you need to have a conversation. The people that I want to bring into this business, the people that, you know, we want to see if we're a good fit for each other, then I would Zoom with you and I would ask you all of those questions, like, how are you feeling about where you're at? Where do you want to be? Like, what do you think your level of effort could be in this business? Do you have an hour a day? Do you have 15 minutes a day? Is there something that down the track, if you were making $300 a month, you could replace? Is there something you could get rid of? If you were making $1,000 a month, how different would your situation feel? We need to kind of peel back the layers, right, of you as an onion and reveal what qualities you have that you can actually utilize so well, so beautifully, so simply into this business, and work on those opportunities within you, that potential within you, to also help you along the way. So I hope that has gone some way into explaining a little bit more about the tea, like what is the tea on Arbonne, about like how you can actually do this. The best news is, guys, that so many people don't want this to be a scam, right? So many people don't want this to be a scam. Here's the best news. It's not. You are not going to start and be a millionaire tomorrow because you signed up 200 people. It's just not going to happen. We don't actually get paid on sign-ups anyway. We get commissions on sales and we get overrides on building a team. You are not going to be a millionaire tomorrow. That's the best news. I hope that has helped you out, guys. If you've got any more questions, drop them below or get in touch with me. I would love to help you get started in this business and make a really smart decision for yourself, your family, and your future, and what you can give to this world, what you can do for you, who you can become, and that gift and more of what you can give to the world would be such a blessing for me to help you out in doing that. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.